You have just finished the design. Every detail refined, every drawing complete. Then, at the permit stage, a building code violation surfaces. One parking space short. A daylight setback exceeded. A zoning classification misread. How often does this actually happen? Industry data suggests that more than half of all building permit rejections stem from code compliance oversights, errors that could have been caught well before a single application was filed. Redrawing from scratch. Explaining the situation to your client. Absorbing the project delay. All of it lands squarely on the architect's desk. But what if I could help you catch these issues before they ever become expensive problems? Today, we are going to show you exactly how to use Claude for real-world building code review, with the full prompt strategy revealed. Building code review is difficult for exactly 3 reasons. First, a single construction project typically intersects more than 10 separate regulatory frameworks: structural building codes, fire and life safety codes, accessibility standards, parking regulations, energy performance requirements, and more. Second, regulations vary significantly by jurisdiction. The rules that apply in one city may differ from those in a neighboring municipality, and even within a major metropolitan area, district-level ordinances can diverge in important ways. Third, codes are updated frequently. A requirement that was fully compliant last year may be superseded this year. In the vast majority of architectural practices worldwide, particularly smaller studios, there is no dedicated code compliance specialist on staff. Designers are expected to review regulatory requirements themselves, on top of all their other project responsibilities. This is precisely the gap where AI becomes a powerful supporting tool. So how capable is Claude when it comes to building code review? We tested it directly, using a mixed-use commercial and residential building as the scenario. A mid-rise project on a standard urban infill lot with a total floor area of approximately 4,200 square meters. We submitted the project parameters and asked Claude to identify potential compliance issues. Within 2 minutes, Claude flagged 7 separate items: floor area ratio concerns, daylight setback applicability, parking calculation requirements, fire egress stair counts, and additional structural use class considerations. Compare that to the industry benchmark of 2 or more hours for a manual review by an experienced practitioner working from printed code volumes. And the time efficiency is at least 10 times better. There is, however, one critical variable that determines the quality of every result: the design of your prompt. Now let us break down the real-world prompt structure, step by step. Step 1. Role assignment. Open your prompt with a clear declaration such as, "You are a building code compliance expert." This single line signals to the AI to shift into a regulatory review mode and calibrate its responses accordingly. Step 2. Project context. Provide complete project details, zoning classification, intended use, total floor area, number of stories, and site area. Leaving out any of these parameters will noticeably reduce accuracy. Step 3. Scope specification. Do not ask Claude to review all applicable codes in a single open-ended request. Instead, narrow the scope to specific topics such as floor area ratio, required parking count, and fire egress stair requirements. Focused questions consistently produce more precise answers. Step 4. Output format request. Ask Claude to present findings in a structured table format that includes the applicable code reference, the required standard value, and the compliance status for your specific project. This produces output you can attach directly to a review report. Let me show you an actual prompt example you can adapt immediately. Here it is. Word for word. Quote, "You are a building code compliance expert with deep knowledge of international building standards and local zoning regulations. Based on the following project parameters, please prepare a pre-permit compliance checklist. Location, urban, mixed-use zone, mid-rise residential district. Program, ground floor, retail, and commercial space. Floors 2 through 5. Multi-unit residential. Site area, 330 square meters. Building footprint, 180 square meters. Total floor area, 820 square meters. Review items, floor area ratio, site coverage ratio, required parking count, daylight setback compliance, and fire egress stair requirements. For each item, please list the applicable code reference, the required standard value, and whether this project meets the requirement, presented in a clear table format. End quote. With this single prompt, Claude systematically organizes all 5 compliance items alongside their code references and a clear pass or flag status for each. The resulting table is clean and structured enough to attach directly to your formal review documentation. There is something we must address directly before moving on. Claude is a powerful tool, but its limitations are real and clearly defined. First, code amendments enacted after the model's training data cutoff may not be reflected in its responses. Always cross-reference critical findings with your official local building authority, National Code Portal, or the published version of the relevant standard. Second, local and submunicipal ordinances represent a weaker area for AI. County-level, district-level, or regional bylaws require direct confirmation with the relevant authority. AI output in this area carries a higher risk of being outdated or incomplete. Third, and most importantly, AI output carries no legal standing whatsoever. Final compliance determinations must always be made by a licensed architect or a qualified code consultant. Think of Claude as a rapid first-pass screening tool. Fast, broad in scope, and excellent at surfacing potential issues for expert review. Use it as a powerful support instrument, but never as a substitute for professional judgment and accountability. AI is not here to replace architects. It is here to act as a capable partner, one that helps surface potential compliance issues before they become costly, time-consuming mistakes. Right now, open Claude and apply the 4-step prompt framework to your current project. A 10-minute investment can recover 2 or more hours of manual code review work. That reclaimed time is time you can spend on better, more considered design. The construction industry worldwide is at an inflection point. AI tools are becoming a standard part of the professional workflow, not an experiment. The firms that build fluency with these tools now will hold a meaningful advantage as the technology continues to mature. If you are already using AI in your practice, or if you try this method and want to share your experience, leave a comment below. We read everyone. In our next video, we cover how to use Claude to automatically generate first draft project specifications. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss it.